All right, Shalom, Yasharala.
Shalom.
It's Great Millstone, New Orleans, coming back at y'all with another live camp. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect.
Shalom.
Yeah, so today we're just going to go into these devils have we're going to get this article to show you that the so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and if he was to stay in power, there wouldn't be any people left for the Lord to deliver. There wouldn't be any more generations. All right, all of you jakes that are playing games, you still think this man is your friend. You still want to be equal with the heathen. You want to be buddy with the heathen. This man is trying to destroy the earth and everything in it. That's what he's programmed to do, to be the wicked. We can start with that Matthew.
So Matthew 24 and 22. This is Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
Right, except those days be shortened. All right, we could feel the time speeding up. All right, it's Friday again. It was just Friday. It just seems like
Yesterday.
A few minutes ago, yeah. So, you know, the Lord is speeding up the time, because if this devil was to truly fulfill his enterprise, he'd kill everybody, man. He's a mad scientist. He's wicked. And this article is going to prove it. Give him that.
John, this is an article for, is it RT?
Yeah, it's
RT News.
Yeah.
It says researchers create pestilence with AI. It says researchers produce 16 functional, I don't know if we can say that word, but 16 functional, yeah. Can you say that? 16 functional pestilences, as experts warn the same technology could eventually pose serious biosecurity risk.
Yeah. I read that first paragraph.
Don, this is U.S. researchers have used artificial intelligence to create functional pestilences that do not exist in nature for the first time, demonstrating a capability that researchers say could advance medicine but also pose serious biosecurity risk.
Yeah, of course, it's a biosecurity risk, because these devils, every time they create something in a laboratory, somehow it makes its way to your child's nursery. Somehow it makes its way to, you know, a playground. It makes its way to you everyday peons, man. All right, you watch these movies with supervillains. You know, Lex Luger's trying to take over the world. Joker's trying to do this. The so-called white man is a real life supervillain. He wakes up every day thinking of how to pollute the earth and how to destroy people. And the Lord is going to destroy him. Get that in Revelation.
Yeah, to back you up, you know, you mentioned the movies. That's the whole premise, the movies and the games, Resident Evil, is you got a corporation called the Umbrella Corporation that made a whole pestilence to intentionally mutate things out here. And then, of course, it gets released, and then you have a whole outbreak, and again, you know, that goes into what? You know, black magic, revelation of the method. They're telling you that, look, there's a risk of it getting out. So what should come to your mind? Well, if they're telling you this, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's all orchestrated out here.
Yeah, Revelation 11, and I believe 18.
Yeah, I got one for you. Just to back you up, how Esau Edom is the true supervillain out here. This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, I'll start at 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him.
Death and hell followed with him. And it tells you the same thing in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. All right, this man is as death. All right, he represents the living embodiment of a walking plague. All right, the same way that Yahushua represents life, Esau Edom represents death. Everywhere he goes, death follows. All right, that's the clear indication that he never made it to the moon. All right, there's no styrofoam up there. There's no pornography up there. There's no gay pride parades on the moon. So you know he never went there. All right, everywhere this man goes, death and pestilence follows. And now he's trying to meld AI with the pestilence. But we're not being wicked enough. Let's use AI to become more wicked. This man's a damn devil.
A little more. And death and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death and with the beasts of the earth.
God, and that's our faith ultimately. It says power was given unto him. All right, if somebody gives you something, that means they can take it from you. All right, power was given to the so-called white man by the Most High through his son, Yahweh Shai, which at that time was Isaac, and he's going to take it back from him. All right, we don't have faith in being equal with the devil. We have faith in Yahweh Shai coming back and taking this devil out of power. That's the only solution to all of this. All right, you can't vote your way out of a group of pedophile billionaires and trillionaires running the earth. The only people you can vote for is the people that they put in front of you. They dangle these puppets, and then you idiots argue amongst yourselves. Oh, we need to vote Republican again. We need to vote Democrat. Oh, see, you're what's wrong with everything. You keep voting Democrat. Like, these people are blaming their neighbors, which all of you are powerless. You know, people really like turn on their own family members because they don't have the same political view. And all of you people have the incorrect view, which is against the scriptures. You should vote for Yahweh Shai. All right, that's the only person that's gonna win World War III. All right, it's not gonna be Russia, it's not gonna be China, it's not gonna be Iran. All right, the kingdom of heaven is the 12 tribes of Israel ruling on thrones, and that's the future we look forward to. You people have a hope in AI, man. You got Jake love AI videos, just but don't believe in the Bible. Pure madness, man. You got us, brother. You have one.
Kanye, I have one. Yeah, and like you said, bro, Jake believe in, you know, artificial intelligence, but not the scriptures. Yeah. But this is I had to have a quick too if you wanted.
If I can say real quick, what did it say about Cain? One of Cain's sons, he was an artificer of instruments and tools out here, just to back the brother up. Cain is Esau's reincarnation, and he's coming with his artifices again.
Yep. Con, I had one too, but I'll bring out the Habakkuk too. Con. Yeah, this Psalm 64, I start at verse 5. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
Since they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. And that's exactly what they do. They fund these studies. They fund, they pay, first of all, there's a whole entire black market that none of you people know about, where they fund different studies and laboratories producing, you know, all sorts of pestilences. They produce, they mix in seeds, they mingling things, they testing you jakes, all right, using your organs. They've been doing this for years, all right. They have a book called Medical Apartheid, and they actually go into how the so-called white man has spent the past 200 years experimenting on our people with no anesthesia, all right, using the so-called black woman to create gynecology, just tearing her open. All right, now they're doing it, you know, it's illegal, so-called, so they're just doing it behind the scenes, but they're still doing it. All right, these devils have you all figured out, man. And you jakes that want to be friends, you want to be the next Nolan Wells, you want to be the token Negro. All right, you go into parties, letting these Edomites drag their nuts on your face and do all kind of weird shit at these fraternities. All right, you jakes are just gonna die, man. You have no survival instincts. You don't even know who your enemy is. Here it is. This man is showing himself to be the enemy of Earth, the enemy of all anything with life in it. He's the enemy of that. But you want to be his friend. You bugged out, man.
Definition of anti-life.
Yeah. He's against anything that has carbon in it. He's against anything that the sun favors, because the sun hates him. All right, he's allergic to the sun, so he just made himself the enemy of everything breathing on Earth, man.
That's why 2 Thessalonians calls him what? The son of perdition, the son of destruction.
Yeah.
And in Psalm 17 and 13, he's the sword of the Lord. All he was created to do was destroy, kill, maim, and just be a terror on the earth.
Yeah. And the kingdom of heaven is going to be an everlasting kingdom of peace. So what use is there going to be for an Edomite in the kingdom? All right, after you serve your judgment, after 1,000 years, you're going to be exterminated. There's no purpose for a wicked man in a righteous kingdom. You just got to go. But you got that Habakkuk?
Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Right. His soul is not upright. All right. It's not upright for you to try to use computers and AI to come up with more advanced ways to kill people, more sophisticated ways to off people. All right. Here it is. If you give Jake 100 racks, Jake is going to try to put on his boys. He's gonna buy his mom a house. He's gonna get some jewelry. He's gonna try to liven things up. You give these Edomites any type of money, their first thought is, okay, how can I eliminate as many people as possible? Their whole makeup is to destroy. It's not to build. They don't even have a legitimate birth rate. All right, rich Edomite, bro. Jake is broke, and Jake gonna have a bunch of baby mamas around the city. Esau becomes a trillionaire. He got one son that he don't even like, and he only had the son to pass down his wickedness, his ill-gotten gains. He doesn't actually like women or children. All right, Jake, when Jake gets the kingdom, it tells you in Isaiah 60, we're gonna have thousands of children, man. And you can see that now, man. When Jake not in the truth, his mind is just on clapping cheeks, man. That's what's in the spirit of an Israelite is to be fruitful and multiply. What's in the spirit of an Edomite is to destroy, to steal, to lie, which is going to go into.
Mm-hmm. But the just shall live by his faith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home.
He's a proud man, neither keep it at home. And who has embassies all over the earth? Who has garrisons and different military bases everywhere outside of his own home? The so-called white man.
Mm-hmm. Who enlarged his desire is hell, and is as death.
And is as what?
And is as death.
And is as death. All right. Esau Edom is a synonym for death. All right. Everywhere he goes, he just brings pestilence with him. Even when he came to the Western Hemisphere, he brought what? Smallpox. He brought malaria, all sorts of diseases. He brought rats.
STD.
Yeah.
A high level of STDs.
Yeah. This man is a walking plague. And you trying to be equal with him, you trying to be his friend, shows you're bugged out. Especially once you find out the truth. All you jakes that know you're Israelites and you still trying to save the so-called white man, there's no hope for you. All right? Y'all are going to die here. You're numbered with the 2/3. All right? The Lord is coming back for those that are holy, that are separate. The word holy means set apart. We're set apart from this damn devil. We don't want to be like him. We don't want anything from him. All we want to do is see his empire collapse in front of our eyes. And we're witnessing in real time.
This is Isaiah 30:1. Mm-hmm. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in your shadow of Egypt your confusion. God, man, that's our people, trusting in this devil, man, trusting in all the things that he got, coming to Babylon the Great with the whole AI, the system, all his decrees and all that, and in them trusting it to him, they like to add sin upon sin, man. They like this captivity that they're in right now. They like to multiply their sins and iniquity because they feel free, which it goes into America.
Yeah. That's a beautiful point. Our people actually view captivity as freedom, and they view the discipline of the scriptures as slavery, right? You'll even have our women, they'll say, oh, marriage is slavery. You do everything your husband says, that's a slave. Meanwhile, you're a slave to sin. You're a slave to these Rothschilds. You're a slave to the Federal Reserve Bank. Yeah, you're a slave to your boss on the job. He tells you when you can use the bathroom, all right? But you don't mind obeying him because you worship money, all right? Whoever pays you the most, that's who you jakes cleave unto. That's who you worship. You worship George Washington. You worship Benjamin Franklin. All right, those are your idols, and that's going to be your confusion, as it says in the scriptures. You're trusting Egypt. Read that again.
Verse 3, it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Right, that's going to be your confusion. All right, when all hell breaks loose, and you see that this devil doesn't care anything about you or your children, all he wants to do is put a chip in you and control you thoroughly. You're going to realize, wait a minute, those guys in the corner, they said this would happen. Even you other Israelite groups that are teaching false doctrine, you're going to know in that day that a prophet was among you. Give me
yes, sir.
You can do that too. Hold on, Isaiah. Yeah, you can bring that up.
Yeah. This is 1 Timothy 6 and verse 20. it says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called. Right? So just backing up the brother about how people are into what, man? All kinds of different avenues of science, man. You know, which has gotten them to fall away from Yahweh Shimon Shai.
I'm trying to read that again. That's right on time.
This first Timothy 6:20, it says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called.
Right. Profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called. All right. The earth is billions of years old. We've been on the earth for billions of years, and you know, an amoeba came out of the water and turned into a iguana, and then it gradually evolved into a monkey. Then the monkey turned into a nigger, and then the nigger turned into the white man. The high IQ. That's madness, man. If you believe the so-called white man is highly evolved, you're a fucking idiot, right? That's matter of fact. Give me Psalms 14.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you believe that this devil is highly evolved, you first of all you don't know the Lord. Second of all, you don't. Again, Jake has no survival instincts. You don't know who your enemy is. You don't know that this man is lying about everything. He lies about history. Oh, the Greeks invented civilization. So who were the Persians then? Who were the Babylonians? All right, if the so-called white man had the first civilization, then why were there multiple other empires before him? But that's what this devil does. He likes to pretend that he invents everything. Oh, I discovered America. Look, I discovered it. I mean, there's millions of people here, but I discovered it.
They're savages.
Yeah, they're savages. They don't count. They're not human. That's what this devil does. All right, he rewrites history. If this place were to go on, basically Tupac would be Larry Bird. All right, everybody would be white. Everybody that keeps the country going would be a so-called white man. All right, Jordan would be white. This man just rewrites history, and then you idiots, you actually trust this devil. So you think the so-called white man was King James. You think he was Yahushua, King David. You actually think that the Bible is a book about Edomites, man. That's how thrown off our people are. Bro, the so-called white man doesn't even, his spirit doesn't have anything to do with this book. He can't even wear jewelry, really. He's not a royal people. Esau don't look right wearing anything shiny, polished. He's just a shaved ape, man. All right? When you look at an ape, and just picture an ape with his just shaved, man. That's it. Right? The so-called royal family over there in the UK, that's trailer trash, man. That's not the actual royal family. You have to be from the tribe of Judah to be rightfully on the throne. This devil is from the tribe of Edom. But our people don't know that. Our people still, to this day, are still calling themselves Black, African. All right, the new thing now, they're foundational Black American. Every 10 years, you niggas have a new name, a new identity, and a new culture, which is death.
I'm sorry, I was going to get the next verse.
You got it.
This is verse 21. It says, which some professing have erred concerning the faith, grace be with thee, amen. And that word professing goes into taking a vow, man. You know, our vow is supposed to be to Yahweh Shema Shai, but their vow was to science, man. And Esau's understanding of things and his technology and all the rest of that kind of stuff. So their spirits are tied to what he brings out, man.
Yeah, they actually believe, like, wholeheartedly. If the so-called white man puts something in a book, it must be a fact. All right, if a so-called white man is wearing a white lab coat and he says something, it must be true. If the so-called white man tells the women in your family, hey, you know, we found something in the scan, you need to get a hysterectomy. You need to just completely just take your uterus. That they do it. Like, oh, okay. I'm gonna just get a surgery and never be able to have kids again because you said so. They don't have any faith in the Lord whatsoever, especially so-called Christian faith.
I was gonna say, you have Jakes that go to school, right? They get a bachelor's. You know, Esau moved the goalpost to get a master's. Esau moves the goalpost to get a doctorate, and all the rest of it is a PhD.
Yeah, now you're overqualified.
Now you're overqualified, But every single one of those books they ever read, they believe wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the Bible, not one word they could believe in, man.
Who wrote that?
Who wrote that?
Who translated it?
They'll,
What version is that? Yeah, what translation is that?
they'll say the white man wrote the Bible, but they turn around and believe everything else the white man has ever wrote.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Starting with the damn Constitution, which this devil doesn't even believe in that himself. All right? You people don't have freedom of speech. You can't even talk about natural remedies. You can't even talk openly about how the plants affect your body. Oh, this person's crazy. They're trying to use herbs. Lock his ass up.
Hey, during what we started off with that article with the AI pestilences during 2019 to 2021, people that were going against the science, talking about holistic remedies were scrubbed from YouTube.
Yeah.
Scrubbed from any platform. Labeled misinformation.
Yeah, you can't even openly talk about CURE for CANCER, man. You can't even openly talk about that. But you have freedom of speech. That's madness, man. All right, you have a dis-ease in your body, and the Lord created herbs for you to treat yourself. And if you talk about it openly, you're a criminal. But you're free.
Let me get this precept.
Precept
real quick. Just back up what you brought out and what brothers have been going into. Jake relies on the white coats and the degrees, but what is this? Let's see what the scriptures say about those white coats and degrees. This is Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value.
Nah. Yahushua is the true physician, all right? He's coming with healing in his wings. And this devil is coming with nothing but death in his wings, all right? These people actually come up with ways to off you, and then they come up with ways to off you while making it seem like they're helping you. Oh yeah, just take this. Oh, take the book, take this, take another one. For our people, some of our people have 4 and 5 of those joints in their arm, man.
I got a family member that got 5.
Yeah.
He's got 6.
And he's basically a walking, like a Wi-Fi signal at this point. All right, he started to turn the people into nodes on a damn electronic grid. Then he'll change your DNA and then say, well, look, I'm gonna patent you. You're not a real person anymore, so I own you now. I have the rights to you. They did it with the vegetables, all right? They splice certain fruits. Yeah, they create a fake fruit and then patent the fake fruit. And then if you're a farmer and you're trying to grow the actual fruit, they destroy your farm or they buy you out, right? And if you refuse to sell, they just kill your crops. This man is a pure demon, man. Who goes around killing plants just to do it? He's paying. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, pays farmers to not grow more food intentionally. All right, the price of food is fixed. All right, gas is fixed. Everything in this society is rigged. But you people, you think you're free. All right, try to collect rainwater, guns, bullets, and grow your own crops. That man's gonna call you a domestic tea,
an eco tea.
Yeah, pure madness, man. You didn't create the earth. Who are you to charge somebody for growing food on their own land? But this is what you Jakes wanted, man. You followed after idols. You wanted to be like the so-called white man so earnestly, and this is what the Lord did. All right, since you want to be like these devils, we're gonna have these devils rule over you, and that's the product of sin. But you had that Sirach?
Yes.
Kind of read that Timothy again. It's gonna back that up.
This is 1 Timothy 6 and verse 20. It says, "O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, of avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called."
Right, now this is what the scriptures say about science falsely so called.
Sirach 19:22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence.
Right. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, and the counsel of these damn devils is nothing but madness. Like the brother brought out earlier, they do a deep search for wickedness, but the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. It doesn't matter if you can come up with a new AI version of a pestilence. All right. Why don't you devils come up with why don't you use AI to clean the earth that you defiled? Matter of fact, you still holding that Isaiah? Yeah. No, let's get that. Because you devils defile the earth, man. All right. Every day you go into the ocean, you pull out hundreds of tons of bottom feeders that will keep the water clean. You pull it out of the ocean. The water gets dirtier and dirtier. The air, you're flying all sorts of chemicals, barium oxide, all sorts of madness, and people's sinuses are out of control. All right, allergies going crazy. Your child's bugged out. Every ailment that affects young children, the numbers are multiplying, man. Bro, when we were kids, bro, back in the 80s, even the 90s, you would rarely see like a sick child that was just. But now it's like every 1 out of 14 children, man. That's unacceptable.
Got how can I put it? Got autism.
Yeah. Yeah, and they try to say, oh, we don't know what causes it. You cause it. You devils cause it.
That thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing that they require when you born,
Yeah.
that's where all that come from.
Them pokies.
Yeah.
I think that the people who got it got like nanobots.
Yeah, they got small robots in their blood. That the one dude, his arm was picking up. You could scan his arm, man.
Yeah.
This devil is trying to turn you into basically a product that could be scanned, a self-checkout. You're just a human that could just be scanned, man.
And one guy went with that Wi-Fi scanner into a graveyard and was picking up Wi-Fi signals in the graveyard from people that had, fell asleep from the shot.
Yeah.
They were still giving off the Wi-Fi signal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw one thing, I think it was on Instagram,
Mhm.
where somebody had it and they'll take a like a spoon or something and it'll stick like magnetized to them
Yeah.
from having it.
But that's what you people wanted, man. All right? Don't listen to those crazy guys with the Bible. Oh, the Bible is outdated. Oh, the Bible is misogynist. Oh, the Bible. Oh, that was the Old Testament. We don't have to listen to that. But you'll listen to the goddamn devil, man.
This is just real quick backing up on what you said. This is Psalms 18 and verse 30. It says, as for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him.
Right. The Most High, the way of the Most High is perfect. All right. This book is tried. People have been trying to debunk the Bible for thousands of years, and every generation fails. All right. You had one point in history, they were trying to say, oh, the book of Daniel must have been written after Yahushua because it predicted, the Greek Empire and the Roman Empire too accurately. So somebody must have wrote it, after it happened. And then, all these scrolls started popping up that had the book of Daniel in it. So it's like, wait a minute. You acknowledge that the prophecy is true and it was super accurate. Now you see it popping up in all these manuscripts and scrolls. Common sense would tell you, okay, this is the word of the Most High. This is tried and true. We should follow this. But a devil, when he finds out the Bible is real, he goes even harder against it. Because don't get it confused. This devil actually, look at this fucking bozo, man. He's not in trouble as other men. But anyway, this devil actually has our records. All right. He has artifacts. He knows exactly what tribe he took from West Africa. He knows exactly who we are, and he knows who he is. The Rothschilds know who they are. That's why they changed their name to Rothschilds, all right, which means red shield or red child. All right, they're the Bowers. They're the peasants of the earth. They know who they are, man, and we know who they are through the Spirit. The Lord revealed that to. Matter of fact, give me Psalms 83. And you got more on that?
No, that was it.
Con,
I got you.
Con, we're good.
Psalms 83.
Con.
Yeah, this is Psalms 83. I'll start at verse 2. It says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Verse 1. A song or a psalm of Asaph, keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power.
Right. Hold not thy silence, man. It's time for the Lord to work. As it tells you in Psalms 119, 126. Con. It's time for the Lord to work right now, man. All right, stop. The Lord was hiding his face for a moment because we had to undergo the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. But he's returned unto us his name, his will, all right, the understanding of the scriptures. Yahushua himself said, I will not leave you comfortless. And he's given the comforter to us. So we know that we're at the end of this kingdom because, as it tells you, as the brother referenced earlier, 2 Thessalonians, all right, once he's being revealed by the spirit of his mouth, then he's going to be destroyed by the brightness of his coming. So we're in that spirit of hold not thy silence, O power.
Verse 2, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against our people.
Right? It says they that hate thee. All right, these people hate the Most High. It's not enough that they hate the Israelites. They actually hate the Most High. They hate him because he chose us. All right, they would love to be in a position that we're in. Even in our lowest state, they try to be like us. They try to act like us, dress like us. All right, but they can't. And they hate that. They hate that they can't be Israelites. So they hate our Father. Keep going.
Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Mm-hmm.
They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
And that's what they did, man. They cut us off from being a nation. They told us we were black, we were subhuman, 3/5 of a man, African, which is worse, all right? Which you really have to pay for telling our people that we're Hamites, man. That's a special judgment, man. Keep going.
Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
They're confederate, man. They're all in the same mind. All right, these Arabs know that they're Ishmael. They know that we're Israel. But what? They come to our community. They sell our people rat wings, bat wings. They sell our people pork, swine. All right, and they have their way with our women. All right, we know what you so-called black women are doing in the back of the gas station, man. All right, a lot of those weird-looking terrorists, a lot of them, those are Ishmaelites, man. All right, and you heathen, you know exactly what you're doing. You know our people, when we're right with our power, there's no hope for you. So you go out of your way to confuse us, to have our people in disarray. You pay these coon-ass niggas, all right, these Charles Barkley-ass niggas, Officer Tatum, all these weirdos. You pay them to basically ignore the plight of our people and basically make it look like if you notice racism, there's something wrong with you. Oh, you stop victimizing yourself.
You can't forget that potato-nosed bastard Anton Cunha.
Yeah, which that guy's just a sucker, man. A lot of you 2/3 are just hoe-ass niggas at the end of the day. It's not even that deep. You just like, look at this bitch-ass nigga, man. That's just, it is what it is. But you know in the spirit that you're supposed to be standing up to this devil, but you don't have any faith. So if you don't have Yahushua, and you know the so-called white man has this advanced military, he has, which we just brought out, he has AI, pestilence, all right, he has, what's the way to say it? You can't say the MED word.
Computers.
Warfare that involves biology, all right? He has all this advanced wickedness, all right? And you don't have a military. You don't have a way to combat him. So since you don't have Yahushua, you just basically look, if I can't beat him, join him. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna just be a coon. That's the mindset of 2/3.
Homeborn servant and slave.
Yeah. So I can't picture myself getting out of this predicament, so I'm gonna just be the best slave I could be.
Didn't that happen with when the Israelites came out of Egypt? They wanted to fight. They wanted to go right back.
Yeah. You brought us out here to die, Moses.
What about the leeks and the melons?
Yeah.
What about it was the same thing. What about the Swisher Sweets? Right. What about the fried chicken?
Yeah.
What about the blunts? What about the 40s?
Yeah, that's why the Lord has to kill 2/3 on this side, man. There's not gonna be any complaining in the chariots. All right. The Lord's not gonna deliver all of Israel just to have you niggas murmuring, all right? Because when you read Revelation, it says the elect is going to look down on the sea of glass and watch Babylon burning, all right? The men that are looking down watching Babylon burn are going to be rejoicing. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, if they were to see America burn, they'd be crying. They'd be crying like babies. You know when the kid like real tears, gasping. You niggas love this place, man.
Django, when Dr. King killed Calvin, Stephen. Calvin!
Yeah. Yeah, he lost it, man. He lost it. He hugged him. That's you niggas, man. 2/3 of our people are Samuel L. Jackson and Django. It's a bunch of coon-ass niggas. And a lot of you try to hide it by pretending to be militant, pretending to be about black power. All right, but then when you question these militant niggas, they're all about keeping Esau society going. Yeah. Yeah, all of you pro-black women, y'all are all sucked and fucked all kind of Edomites, man. Y'all just want to be white women. Y'all aren't even mad at the oppression of our people. You're mad that you can't live like Becky. All right? We see straight through you niggas. We see straight through you hoes. All of y'all are just a bunch of demonic slaves, man. All right? You can't even be what's crazy is that, the scriptures call us prisoners of hope. All right? We're slaves to righteousness. We have to do this work. Apostle Paul said, woe unto me if I preach not the gospel. So we're prisoners in a righteous sense, but y'all are actually taking pride in being prisoners of wickedness. You love to follow the so-called white man. This man is clearly the devil. Clearly. Like, what more do you need to see at this point? Jake bugged out, man. You still got the Isaiah. You want something?
No, I just had the tabernacles going into the other.
Oh, come.
24. This is Isaiah 24:4. It says, the earth mourned and faded away. The world languished and faded away. And the haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Because they had transgressed the laws and changed the ordinance and broke the everlasting covenant.
Right. The earth is defiled because this man has completely rewritten all the laws. This man actually taught the earth that the Torah is outdated. The Bible is upside down. Then you got these so-called Jewish people which claim to follow the Torah. They don't even understand basic precepts. They teach that the scripture that says you can't see a kid in his mother's milk, they teach that means you can't eat a cheeseburger. You can eat cheese and you can eat meat, but you can't eat cheese and meat together. You Edomites are stupid, man. You can't eat a cheeseburger? Really? That's what the Lord told Moses to tell the children of Israel? You can eat cheese and a burger, but not a cheeseburger? These are the people calling themselves Jews. Complete idiots. But this is who the Lord gave the earth to in these last days, to take peace from the earth.
I saw something with one of those small hats. I don't know if it was their Sabbath or something, but he was on an airplane and he had a plastic sheet over him sitting there because something wasn't kosher to their standards on the airplane, so they got a picture of him sitting in the seat with a plastic sheet over him, but you see the black hat underneath.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they got they have it with the Sabbath. I don't know if I can say that word, but they'll have somebody do their biddings on the Sabbath just so they could, go around there.
Yeah, that's wicked, man.
Yeah.
You're trying to use technicalities to usurp the Most High. Only a devil would do that. And you niggas, man. Mm-hmm. All right? Which, the so-called Jew, he circumcised his children with his mouth, man. Where is that in the Torah? That's pure wickedness.
And a bunch of babies getting the hurt.
Yeah. Then they found multiple, not one, they found multiple tunnels in New York City where they were trafficking children. And it's in the news for half a day, and then it just disappears. Yeah. But then Diddy, he gets caught with some baby oil. We need to make this a headline story for months. This fucking freak, all right, we need to talk about him. What about all of the Edomites that have islands? This nigga had a hotel with adults. Yeah, with adults.
While Jeff Steen, he had them little people.
Yeah. Which we know Diddy set up. That's all a humiliation ritual. Because the so-called white man didn't have a problem with him popping Usher and all these other freak off. This madness he's been doing for decades. That nigga's been wicked for decades. Right. But now all of a sudden, we need to take down this monster. Man, you people are such hypocrites, man. All right, you love promoting lewdness and wickedness and folly, but then when somebody gets arrested, it's like, oh man, I knew something was wrong with him. What you mean? He's been rapping about being a freak for 30 damn years. Niggas really are surprised that Jay-Z is a sellout, man. This nigga became famous by bragging about selling cocaine to his people. And I can't believe Jay-Z did that deal with Target. What do you mean? You trust in a drug dealer? You're disappointed that a drug dealer lacks morals? What is wrong with you niggas, man? You follow anybody except Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, the men of the Lord that have actual integrity. That's lame. That's square. That's off-putting. But you'll follow a wicked nigga that's basically bragging that he has more money than you and he can take your wife. That's who you niggas uphold and celebrate.
This is Jeremiah 4:22. It says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sodom's children. They have no understanding. They're wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge.
Right, our people are wise to do evil, man. All right, if you come up with some type of structure, balance, discipline, or even a law, Jake is going to find some creative way to become, Jake goes hard when it's time to sell drugs, to be a scammer, to be a loser and a weirdo and a freak, an adulterer. All right, Jake will figure out the exact time to commit adultery. Okay, I'm gonna put my name in your phone as Kathy, so that way when I call Jake is wise to do evil, but then when it comes to serving the Lord, oh man, I can't come out Saturday because got this thing, but I love you, brother. Shalom family.
Yeah.
Man, you niggas doing the right thing is like pulling teeth with the Israelite, man. Y'all are hard-hearted, stiff-necked, rebellious people, and when you see the way our people push back at righteousness, you can see why the Lord did what he did. When you read Deuteronomy 28, it's like, it's harsh. It's a harsh judgment till you realize how hard-headed our people are. It's actually appropriate. All right, our people deserve more. You have more on that?
Nah, but I got something else.
Okay, come on.
I got one.
This is
Yeah, this is just to back you up right quick. This is Isaiah 1. I'll start at verse 2. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth. For the Lord Yahweh had spoken, I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people does not consider.
Yeah, it's two dumb animals that the Lord compared us to, and saying, look, even a donkey, an ass, all right, an ox, they know who their owner is. Our owner is Yahweh, all right, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. When you go into that word owner in the Hebrew, it's Baal, which means Lord, Master, Owner, all right? It also means husband. And our people are so wicked, they took a Babylonian a deity and called that Baal and worshipped it, man. But won't worship the actual owner of the nation of Israel, which is the Most High. But the Most High comes with standards, discipline, structure, statutes, and our people have a problem with that. Our people have a problem with a priesthood, men that look like them, telling them that's wrong. This is right from wrong, all right? You want?
That feared the Lord, and that thought upon his name. And they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him.
The Lord's making up his jewels right now. All right, we're being refined. All right, that refining process, all right, all of the impurities are being burnt off of us. Keep going.
Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth God and him that serveth him not.
Right. Then shall you return and discern between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. And we see that right now. You have people in the world that have no idea what's going on. They're following Joel Osteen. They're following TD Jakes. What's that other nigga, man? Geno Jenkins. Which that nigga sound like a character from Martin, man. You niggas sound like characters, man. The Lord's not dealing with gimmicks. There's no man of the Lord that was using gimmicks to get people to follow him. All right, the men of the Lord speak directly and correctly. All right, that's how the gospel is supposed to be taught, because the actual sheep of the Lord, they're gonna hear his voice. When you mix the Bible with gimmicks, you attract the wrong people. All right, Yahweh Shai intentionally performed miracles and created just a surplus of food to show the disciples, like, look, they're not even here for the word. They're just here to, we're not here to gather a bunch of reprobates together to say we have numbers, all right? This world teaches that there's power in numbers. The God of Israel dwindles down numbers to show his power. So he's confounding the wise with, these camps that are just a few brothers here, a few brothers there, all right, one of a city. That's what the Lord's building. He's building an army of spiritual men, which you need faith to see that. Everybody else, they see the world. They see the power that Esau has, and they show their belly. All right, they take a knee, and they're just ready to do whatever Esau says. The C-19, the situation from 6 years ago, that exposed a whole lot of people. All right, Jake talking about, man, I ain't taking that shit. A week later, they take it. All right, Jake turning back that thing up into a damn anthem about the jab, man.
Max that thing.
Yeah, Max that jab that thing up, man. You niggas are a disgrace. You grew up listening to Jake the whole time, man. Like damn, where's your integrity, man? Even you niggas, all right? Captain Desariac, the ISUPK. Oh, you gotta take it.
Bishop.
Yeah,
The great bishop.
yeah, the great Bishop Nate, who's Moses apparently.
Oh man.
You Jakes have no integrity whatsoever, man. Esau didn't even come down that hard. You were just like, look, certain jobs you can't work. Oh man, I gotta take it, man.
Can't go to the gym.
Yeah.
Can't get a cheeseburger.
So what happens when it's life and death? You already know who's gonna fold. All right. These other camps, they couldn't even take a little bit of pressure. So how much more when this devil really shows his horns? These people have no faith. They're done. All right. So all you Jakes out there that are watching different camps, well, learn a little bit from this, a little bit from that. It's time to confirm your souls. All right. You need to really need to shit and get off the pot. All right. You need to decide what you want to do. Really, the decision's already been made for you, but you need to stop playing games. This truth is not a joke. It's not a game. All right. We're at a point where men are going to be put in situations where you're going to have to either get down or lay down. All right. You're going to serve the Lord or you're going to serve Satan.
Choose this day whom ye shall serve.
Come on.
This is Jeremiah 3:14, points and 15. It says, "Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion."
Yeah, the Lord's not dealing with masses of people. All right, the elect is really a small minority of the nation of Israel. The nation of Israel, as the scripture says, is as the sand of the sea. So the Lord's dealing with 144,000 men, which are prophets, which are apostles, which are disciples. All right, and then you have a large multitude of men, women, and children that are following Yahushua through the word of those men, and everyone else is going to die. It really is that simple. All right, 2/3 in the land of America, which is Babylon in the scriptures, the daughter of Babylon. 2/3 of you are about to die a grievous death, and you can see why.
Verse 15, "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding."
Right, that's what he did. The Most High gave his sheep pastors, all right, according to his heart, his mind. They're men that are actually endowed with the Holy Spirit, that have the understanding of the Bible, that have hazarded their lives to teach the truth of the Bible every day. All right, these epistles are going up day and night, according to Psalms, the 19th chapter. There's an endless stream of the knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that's covering the four corners of the earth, but only the elect is gonna hear it. All right, it's hidden in plain sight. Is more on that?
No, that was close.
Yeah. You got one?
No, I was looking
Okay. You can get. You grab that Psalms 14. Con, I got you. Because our people, at this point, have turned disbelief into their own religion. All right, the scripture says it's sport to a fool.
for. I was holding that.
Oh, bring it out.
God, this is Proverbs 10:23. It says, "It is a sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding have wisdom."
Yeah.
Can I read NLT?
Come.
It says, "Doing wrong is fun for a fool, but living wisely bring pleasure to the sensible." Come, man, that's our people today, man. Like they go into, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna go, commit adultery. I'm gonna go, mess with this man, old lady and stuff like that. They like doing that, man. They wake up every day and they look towards that, man. They see how much of a sport they can make it out of, man. Instead of just going. Instead of doing the right thing, they like to do wrong. And whenever you bring in like righteousness and all that, man, they don't want to take heed to that.
Yeah, you a hater. Something wrong with you if you have a problem with wickedness. That shows you how thrown off our people are, man.
Start at 1. This is Psalms 14:1. The fool has said in his heart, there is no Most High.
Right, the fool. Only a fool would say that the earth is billions of years old, man. Only a fool would say that, the God of the Bible isn't real, prove this, prove that. The Lord's been proving himself for thousands of years, man. Why don't you prove that the so-called white man is actually providing good on the earth? Name some good things he's done. All right, since y'all want to worship the so-called white man, and we want to worship Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, prove your God. Bring forth your strong reasonings. Why should we follow the so-called white man after everything he's lied about? Why should we believe him in 2026? You a grown-ass nigga believing somebody who has a proven track record of lying for thousands of years. This man comes out the womb lying. Why would you believe somebody like that? He just lied to you. He just told you that if you take this thing that I just made up, if you take it, it's gonna prevent you from getting a and then you die suddenly. And y'all still following this man.
And he said, they're asking him questions. I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. He pled the fifth over 100 times, man. Which means what? He's guilty.
This is the so-called expert for a couple of years on TV telling you what to do. And he fell for it.
With a pardon. This was with the pardon he was doing that.
He didn't even have to do that.
Yeah, he didn't even have to do that. He was already part, which showing you all of these people are Confederate. Why would you pardon someone who's responsible for killing millions of people? Because you're the devil.
And the guy that pardoned him, Sleepy Joe, said, trust the science.
Which he trusts the science because science keeping his old ass alive, man.
Baby blood keeping his ass alive.
Yeah.
Adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome keeping him alive, man. If that's even him. Mm-hmm. They got like 8 different Joe Bidens, man.
That might be a bot Biden.
Yeah.
A Biden bot.
A Biden
like
bot.
a Doom Biden.
AI presidents giving speeches. All right. There's going to come a point very soon where you're not going to know what's real. You turn on the television, which you're just going to see nothing but imagery and lies. So like it would be a person talking that's been dead for years, giving a whole speech.
They just had a video recently where Donald Trump was talking to an AI image of Teddy Roosevelt. It's like, Teddy, I think I'm doing real good right now. Like talking to a whole imaginary hologram.
That's crazy, man. And there's gonna come a point when these other countries, they're gonna use AI to upload images and video of fake speeches. All right, people promoting fake wars. All right, when you read the scriptures, all of these nations are gonna shoot missiles on Babylon the Great. There's gonna come a point where you're gonna see images in the news. This is the president of such and such company saying, such and such country, they're gonna launch missiles on where? And it's not even real. Mm-hmm. Bro, you don't even know what's real anymore. All right. You got people falling in love with women, that's AI. Yep. Falling in love with women, that's dudes. All right, this is a dark time to be alive, man. But if you have the light, or if you have Yahweh Shai, this is actually the best time to be alive. Because we're the generation that's going to see Yahweh Shai come back and destroy this devil. But I think Revelation 11 and 18, I don't think y'all brought it out yet. I'm going to finish this one out. That was the point.
God, this is Revelation 11 and 18. And it says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come.
Right, the nations are angry. All right, they realize feminism was a lie. They realize all of this false science is actually turning people into idiots. They realize that they're sick of Indians being in control of all of the tech support. All right, everything this devil has done on the earth, they're realizing that it harms their economy, it harms their culture, it destroys their family structure. So the nations are angry at the so-called white man. Go on.
It says, in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name.
Right, and the brother just read Malachi, that there's a book of remembrance to them that fear the name. Now, John the Revelator is saying there's going to be a reward for those that fear the name of the Lord. Keep going.
And it says, small and great, and shouldest destroy them with them which destroy the earth.
Read that last sentence again.
And it says, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
Destroy them which destroy the earth. And who's destroying the earth? You Edomites, you so-called white people, man. All right, Jake does not control the satellites. Jake is not flying chemicals into the air. All right, Jake doesn't own an industry. All right, you so-called white people are at the head of everything that's destroying the earth, and so you're going to be destroyed. You're treating the Lord's creation like a rental. You're just doing whatever you want, just throwing trash everywhere. You got islands of trash. When you're the actual garbage man, all right, you're garbage wrapped in skin. All right, your soul isn't right. You're just wicked. Your only purpose is to do wickedness on the earth. And so when a righteous kingdom is established, we're going to have to get that Obadiah 118. There's going to be no need for an Edomite in paradise. All right. The devil doesn't belong in paradise. All right. The serpent was in the garden, which the Garden of Eden was the first paradise. The serpent was there to fulfill a very specific purpose. All right. Adam had to fall so that he could be redeemed. Adam's not going to fall in the kingdom of heaven. All right. Yahushua is going to reign forevermore in righteousness, and he's never going to go off ever again. So what purpose do you serve?
It's beautiful. Like the 1,000 years is going to be him building up the kingdom and seeing what the beauty is going to become. But right when the beauty's finished, that's when you get cut off. You don't get to enjoy it. You don't get anything from it. You just get wiped off the face of the earth.
Yeah. Isaiah said the other 16 nations, they're going to be returned to their own land. All right. They're going to get to enjoy the kingdom. All right. They're going to be tribute unto us, which, they have to pay to live because it's our planet, but they're going to enjoy it. All right. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And you devils, you're going to see, like the brother just said, you're going to see the kingdom getting built, and then you're going to be exterminated. You don't get to experience nothing. You're not even going to have your own land. All right. The land of Edom is going to go to Judah. You're not going to need land because you're not going to exist.
You got it? We might use Edom's land as a landfill.
Yeah.
This is Obadiah 1 and 18. And shit, I know.
You started 15.
I was about to say, I'm going to start at 1. It's only 21 verses. This is Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen.
Upon all the heathen. Now the brother read in Psalms the 83rd chapter that all these heathen are confederate against us. So the judgment of the Lord is upon all the heathen.
As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
Right. And when did this happen in history? For you so-called Bible scholars that said the Edomites were done away with, when did the Lord judge all nations on the earth? When does that happen? It's about to happen in Armageddon. All right. World War III. That's going to be the end all be all. That's the conclusion of the matter. And it says the judgment. Matter of fact, get Psalm Isaiah 34. Read the first verse.
This is Isaiah 34 and 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people."
Yeah, come near, you nations, and hearken. All right. This is what you need to hear. All right. You don't need to hear John 3:16. That's not talking about you. All right. You need to hear this.
It says, "Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all the things that come forth. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations."
The indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations. Read that again.
For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
Right. Now, this chapter, the book of Obadiah, is talking about the judgment of Esau Edom. When you read Isaiah, the 34th chapter, it talks about the sword coming down upon Idumea, the people of my curse. So why is it right before Esau Edom is judged, there's a judgment on all the nations? What does that tell you? Number one, Esau is still here. And number two, all of you nations that are joined on the Esau Edom are going to be destroyed. You're going to go down.
Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Damn. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been.
So the heathen are going to drink continually from that cup. So there's going to be 1,000 years of slavery for you heathen. And what's going to happen at the conclusion of that?
But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
Going back to Isaiah, the 14th chapter. All right, we're going to possess those that possessed us. All right, and we're going to oppress those that oppressed us. And that's judgment. That's righteous judgment. What's wrong with that? It was cool, what that nigga Vanessa is
cool when they do.
Yeah, it's cool when they do it. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, it's cool for you to have your way with the Israelites for thousands of years. But for us, to build to have righteous payback, that's wrong. Oh, two wrongs don't make it right. Of course it does. It's called balance. What's wrong with that? All right, the scripture says a false balance is an abomination to the Most High. It's a false balance for you heathen to have your way with us for thousands of years, and then you get saved with us. That doesn't even make logical sense, doesn't make grammatical sense, and most importantly, it doesn't make spiritual sense. All right, you have a tab that you've worked up, and you're gonna have to pay it.
Hey, the Chinese are still mad at the Japanese over World War II.
Yeah.
Esau still remember the gay ass Alamo,
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor, 9/11. Remember the Hula hoax.
Yeah.
Remember all that. But when it comes to us, oh yeah, it was in the past.
Well, that
Forget
was in the
about
past.
it.
Yeah, forget about it.
I don't see color.
Yeah.
I've got black friends.
Yeah. My friend is black.
Stop being a racist, nigger.
Yeah. Why do you niggas keep bringing up race? I'm not racist, you fucking nigger.
Yeah.
Like you Edomites, you have such pride because nothing's happened to you for what you've done. You actually think you got away with what you did to the so-called Native American Indians. You think you've gotten away with what you've done to the so-called Negroes. And so it doesn't plague your mind that you're gonna have to pay for all of these things. All right. But some of you are coming into the knowledge that you're Edomites. All right. And those of you in the Bible Belt, you've been raised off of the Bible, sweet Jesus. Then you find out he's a so-called black man, and the tribe of Judah is the people that this country is oppressed. You know what's coming to you.
Oh yeah. Verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it.
Wait a minute, I thought Edomites could be grafted in.
I thought God loved everybody.
Yeah, God loves everybody.
A poor, not an Edomite.
Yeah, we're not an Edomite, man. Which you devils have a lot of nerve for trying to use the Bible to get us to accept you after spending hundreds of years using the Bible to oppress our people. All right? You have a damn slave Bible. You take out the book of Exodus because anyone who reads that is going to be invigorated to know that the Lord delivers people out of slavery. How you hand somebody a Bible with no Exodus in it, man?
They showed that in that movie Birth of a Nation. You know, Nat Turner, he was reading out of the book of Exodus on the pulpit, and he was getting invigorated. You saw the slaves, they started paying attention, and then the taskmaster in the back, he had,
You hit the kabar. Yeah, but you devils know at the end of the day, you're going to have to pay for what you've done, man. All right, you're a fugitive, and fugitives know in the back of their mind, man,
it's a matter of time.
It's just a matter of time.
Vagabond.
Yeah.
This is Revelations 18:5. It says, for her sins have reached unto the heavens, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you.
And I said her sins have reached unto heavens. Just imagine a stack of phone books just thousands of miles in the air, man. That's how much iniquity that this place has done. And this really isn't even talking about the Greco-Roman Empire, which that was wicked too. This is talking about the new revitalized Rome. All right? You devils still have to pay for what you did during the time of the Maccabees. All right? You got to pay for all of that. And you're going to pay with interest. All right? Since you Amalekites love usury so much, you're going to pay your debt to the nation of Israel with usury.
It says, reward her as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works.
Double. Reward her double. Now think of everything the so-called white man has done to the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. That's going to be returned unto him double. All right? You're going to have to, listen, we're going to need breeding farms to keep the nation of Edom's seed on the earth enough to get judged. All right? There's going to be so much death. Man, you can't even fathom how much enjoyment that we're going to get from destroying you Edomites, man.
And this woman's not even going to want them. We're going to have to force them to make,
Yeah.
You just threw on all aspects, Esau.
Yeah, how you in your own kingdom and your wife wants brown babies, all right? All of these Edomite women want a Jake in their lap, all right? They want to give birth to the next Steph Curry. They want to give birth to the next Drake, all right? They want brown babies, man. You Edomites can't even please your own women in your kingdom. Here it is, you the first hired, you the last fired, all right? You're surviving off nepotism. You have all these benefits. All right, all these things that benefit you, and you're still a loser. You're still an alcoholic. You're still on that Fetty Wap. You're still a complete loser in your own kingdom. It's understandable for Jake to be a loser. You know, everything's against us. This society was set up for us to lose. Yeah, it's expected.
Yeah, and Jake's still
thriving.
desired.
Yeah.
It sounds like Adam 22.
Yeah, a cuck. A cuck, man. How you a cuck in your kingdom, man?
Your kingdom.
You Edomites are not. Y'all don't have it, man. Y'all don't have it at all. All right. But
Edomites stay having that chair in the corner of the bedroom.
yeah, the cuck throne. You're just sitting there watching your woman get rotted out, man.
The cuck drum is crazy.
That's what they do, bro.
Yeah.
If you're a reasonably looking Jake, and you go out enough in these bars, at some point you're gonna get approached by Edomite, a married family. They're gonna be like, hey, my wife liked the way you look. Can you come? Like, what the fuck? You just want to like, man, you devils are so wicked, man. You turn marriage, you defile everything that's righteous. You turn it into a mockery, and you turn it into something lascivious and backwards. All right, y'all are the real Byzantines. Y'all are just backwards. Everything's just off about you, man. Like the brother read earlier, your soul is not upright. But we could close out. Give me give me that Sirach. Is it 10:31? I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Running it probably.
You so you got more than that?
Yeah, just that one. It says, in the cup which she had filled to her double.
Mm-hmm. John, double. All right. If any of you Edomites that you're into the stock market, you're into crypto, you're into projecting the future. If you want to know your future, just look at our past. All right. Look at what happened to the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American in this country. That's your future. Double of that. That's what you have to look forward to.
Yeah, they seen it through that fishing. I think it's called Fishing Bowl, Project Fishing Bowl.
Looking Glass.
Yeah, Project Looking Glass. Seen all the possibility of the future that's about to come, and they trying to find that one change to change it up, and he couldn't.
I think it's Avengers where Doctor Strange is like, I went through 100,000 realities, and we only went in this one.
Yeah.
You went through 100,000, however many realities, and found they all led to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
And like Thanos said, I am inevitable.
Yeah.
That's Yahushua.
Yeah, Yahushua's kingdom is inevitable. Biblical prophecy is inevitable. There's no way around it.
Esau
Body over there.
being a creep.
Yeah, being a creep. Esau in, man.
Khan, this is Sirach 10 and verse 31. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches?
Right. He that is honored in poverty. Right now, our people at the absolute bottom of society, and everybody wants to be an Israelite, man. All right. Everybody looks up to LeBron. Everybody looks up to Michael Jordan. All right. Jay-Z, Kanye, all of these people. Our people are in the lowest condition we've ever been in the history of our nation. We're at the absolute bottom of society, and we're still the most influential people. Keep going.
And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty?
Right. If this devil is dishonorable and he has the entire earth, all right, this man, he stole the Western Hemisphere. All right, he has like we went into earlier, he has military bases all over the world. All right, all of these nations are really garrisons. The so-called white man really has one power structure, and everybody else kind of has to follow his government. And nobody likes this nigga. Nobody wants to be him. All right, nobody thinks when they're a child, man, I want to grow up and be like Donald Trump. There's no kids playing with Donald Trump action figures.
Have a Donald Trump fat head on their wall.
Yeah. Nobody looks up to Mark Zuckerberg, man.
Zuckerberg.
He's a fucking dweeb. Are you a billionaire and a dweeb?
Yeah.
Hey,
you hitting the weights and you still a dweeb, man.
Hey, your boy, what's his name? Jeff Bezos, when his wife was talking to Leonardo DiCaprio, who's a Jake, Bezos is standing there with this fake eye while his wife's like looking at Leonardo DiCaprio, and DiCaprio's like, bitches. Fake eye.
You over 25, it's over for you. All right, Leonardo DiCaprio, he's not dealing with old chicks, but yeah, she was looking at him like he was a strawberry shortcake. She was just like, yeah. Which he's a Jake, all right? These Sicilians, they're from the tribe of Judah, all right? So if we're in the lowest state right now, And you know, these women around the world, they all want Jake. All right, these young heathen, they all have a Jake on their wall, whether it's Kobe Bryant or the Migos or whoever. 50 Cent, you know, with the Get Rich or Die trying, all greased up and shit. Everybody's
NBA young boy.
Yeah, NBA young boy. All of these people want to be Jake, man. And we're not even in our power yet. We're completely powerless. We have no military. We don't own anything. But we have the Holy Spirit, all right? And we have the favor of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And we look like him, all right? We look like the Lord, all right? Now, in the kingdom, we're going to have all the power and the honor. So what's going to happen? Everybody's going to flow onto Jake, all right? Isaiah 2 is going to take place. Micah 4 is going to take place, all right? Isaiah 60, Isaiah 61, all of the nations, the milk is going to run unto the kingdom of Israel, which is who it belongs to anyway. All right, the earth was made for our sakes, so all of the elements of the earth, the riches, the spices, the women, everything on earth belongs to us, man, and it's going to return to its rightful owner. And that's the day we're looking forward to. We're not looking forward to re-elections, all of this madness. All right, we're not looking forward to 90s R&B coming back, all of this madness and foolery that you Jakes are looking forward to. We're cool on that, man, because we have better promises. So, you know, with that, Lord willing, this camp was edifying to the elect. All right, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
double lines to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect.
Shalom.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball. Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Again?